Tonight, Houston is underwater.
And a lot of people need help.
For the first time, Fox 23 news crews were taken by boat to neighborhoods that looked like lakes.
But you never think it's gonna happen to you.
Tonight on Fox 23 News at 9, the rescues, the heroes, and how you can help.
Covering news that matters, Fox 23 News at 9 starts right now.
And this is a great sight. The rain is finally letting up in the hardest hit parts of Texas tonight. Our crews are dry right now. I'm Shay Rozzi.
And I'm Nathan Thompson. In tonight for Clay, Fox 23 has live severe weather team coverage with reporters and meteorologists on the ground in Texas showing you the conditions.
Here is the latest at this hour. A basketball arena has been opened as a shelter for people who don't have a place to stay tonight. Homes are being evacuated after a chemical company says there's a risk of an explosion at its flooded plant. A midnight to 5 a.m. curfew goes into effect tonight in Houston to help keep people safe. Our severe weather team coverage starts with Fox 23's Tiffany Alaniz live in the Kingwood neighborhood of Houston. Tiffany.
Boy, Shay, you nailed it. Finally, this is the first time since we've been here on Sunday. We got here. This is the very first time it has not been raining. Everybody here so glad, but I want to tell you, of all the things that we have seen covering Harvey, the man I met today was maybe the most amazing man I've ever met. We were at a nursing home rescue where they were pulling all of the residents out onto boats because their nursing home was flooded. It was a traumatic experience, but Carl Fendrick didn't let Harvey steal his joy. Carl Fendrick is a 92-year-old World War II veteran.
7 years in the Marine Corps.
But Carl told me he's not letting his age or Harvey slow him down.
What has this day been like for you, sir? You walked out of that water like nothing.
Not as bad, half as bad as some of the places I've been.
You can see Carl's pant legs still wet. Rescuers saved him and his wife Marjorie.
72-year wife.
Rescuers got them out of their nursing home in Houston. It was filled with water.
We're going to get him around because that's his wife right up there.
As we walked with Carl, he joked with me that he didn't want to be following the wrong woman in a wheelchair.
No, I would hope not. I don't want to get shot this late.
For all he has seen in 92 years, Carl said the view from his nursing home was shocking, and he couldn't believe how quickly the water rose.
Never.
Yeah.
Never. Horrible.
Carl said he's amazed by the army of so many people helping others by boat, in the air, and on land.
Every single one of them, men and ladies, deserve a medal.
A Marine commander heard Carl was there and came over to greet him with Semper Fi, always loyal. Simply amazing. He just is one of a kind, Carl Fendrick. Carl and Marjorie have two daughters. One of their daughters lives in Dayton, Texas, and she has 2 feet of water in her house as well. So their entire family feeling the effects of Harvey. All new on Fox 23 News at 10, we talk with members of the Houston Police Department's dive team. They've been working nonstop, guys, for 5 days. Reporting live in Houston, covering news that matters, I'm Tiffany Alaniz, Fox 23 News.
Still so much work to do. And Fox 23 first arrived in southern Texas just hours before Harvey made landfall Friday night. Over the last 5 days, Fox 23 meteorologist Megan McClellan has seen the damage in Rockport, surveyed flooding, and her last stop tonight was water rescues in Houston. She joins us live. Megan, you stopped on your ride home to share what else you saw with us tonight.
Yeah, and the rescues going on in Houston absolutely break your heart. We rode around for an hour and a half with a boat as they were taking people from their flooded homes. Left.
Come out back here.
Right. Ahead of you. Behind you. Everywhere you look, there's water. Houston has been dealing with flooding for several days now, and the water levels continue to rise. Vehicles are submerged, doors blocked by water, people only able to get out by going to the second floor or higher. I talked with Ben. He and his wife were rescued from their apartment while we were riding around.
It's the electricity and the dog being in the dark, and we just don't know how long the water is going to stay this way.
They had 5 minutes to pack. When we first pulled up to their complex, they didn't want to leave. But while we were waiting on another family, they decided to go ahead and evacuate.
We were working from home, but the internet it went out yesterday, so we can't do any more work. So we're sitting around all day.
I talked with 3 different groups of people that were in Houston working to rescue. all came down to help in any way they could. And even before we found those two families that wanted to be rescued, the amount of water that you see, it's just crazy. But when you think about the damage that these people are going to come home to at their homes, it's gut-wrenching. Coming up on Fox 23 News at 10, you'll hear more from the families that were rescued and from the people that are helping them. Reporting live in Spring, Texas, covering news that matters, meteorologist Megan McClellan, Fox 23 News.
And new at 9, people in Houston may be looking at staggering costs to rebuild from storm damage. One homeowner took a news crew through his waist-deep flooded house. Just look at this. FEMA says 1 inch of flooding in a house can end up costing more than $20,000 in damages.
New at 9, a man in Houston was left clinging to a signpost today, waiting for help in rising floodwaters. The man went outside to check on his vehicle when he was swept up in the strong current. A National Guard helicopter tried to save him but couldn't. Eventually, another resident heard the man calling for help and was able to swim over to him. Fox 23 hit the road with rescue crews from Green Country. We showed them to you last night. We met up with them this morning in San Antonio and then rode in their convoy to College Station and all the way to Houston. Fox 23 meteorologist Laura Mock is live there in Houston, where those rescuers went right to work.
Yeah, Oklahoma has shown up in full force today. We were with them all day long, and I can confirm the Light Horse unit that we watched leave early this morning, they have just arrived also to the Memorial City Mall here in Houston. It is just unit after unit, and right behind me, the Texas National Guard also just pulled up. I talked to one of the crews that were out doing rescues. They tell me there was one lady that they were trying to rescue, but she refused to leave. She said she's been there for 24 hours.
The crews that have been working here over the past few days, they're just exhausted, and they've sent them to get rest, and that's why we're here. We're gonna relieve them and take some of that burden off them, let them get some rest.
The teams brought truck after truck with boats in tow, everything they need to do water rescues and get people to safety. Tahlequah Fire Department knows what it's like to need help. They had 14 different departments helping them earlier this year when the Illinois River overflowed.
We had a lot of people come down and give us assistance when we need it, and this is just it's what firefighters do. We're just returning the favor, and we're just here to help.
Even a Texas senator wanted to help.
We checked with DPS so we'd see if we could be of help, and they put us with this group from Oklahoma. So impressive.
It took them much longer to get to this point than they hoped. First diverted to San Antonio, then to College Station, finally Houston.
We ran into a lot of impassable roads and, got diverted a couple of times, but now we're glad to be here. We're excited to help them out.
And I can tell you, as soon as they arrived, they sprung into action, getting those boats ready and heading out. They tell me that some of the crews are prepared to be here for as long as 2 weeks, and then after that they'll consider switching out some of the people doing those rescues. Reporting in Houston, covering news that matters, I'm meteorologist Laura Mock, Fox 23 News.
With flooding surrounding the Houston Hobby Airport, some are having a hard time making it home. Our severe weather team coverage picks up now with Fox 23's Kaylee Doherty, who spoke to a woman from Houston who is stuck in Tulsa right now. Kaylee.
The woman I spoke to says all of her flights were canceled, so she can't go home for another week now, and she doesn't know what kind of condition her home will be in when she gets there.
I'm at a loss of words for what I'm going to see when I get home. I don't know what to expect.
Ashley McClary lives on the northwest side of Houston. She came to Tulsa to celebrate her birthday here on Saturday. Sunday evening, her next door neighbor in Houston told her water was about 18 inches away from her back door, but she hasn't heard from her neighbors since. So she doesn't know how bad the flooding got at her home after that, and with canceled flights, she says she won't find out until September 5th at the earliest.
I've lost all contact with my neighbors. I have 7 days of not knowing if I have a home to go to, not knowing if my car is going to be drivable or found.
McClary works for Blinds.com, owned by Home Depot. So luckily, she's been able to continue working remotely here in Tulsa, where she's staying with family. Home Depot is providing disaster relief assistance to all displaced employees, including McClary, and they'll continue to do so when she gets back home if needed. McClary says she's mentally preparing for the worst, but still hoping for the best.
My mindset now is to go home, find out what has been salvaged, and file the claims and move on.
McClary says she's most definitely sending her heart and prayers to everyone who's lost a loved one. Reporting live, covering news that matters, I'm Kaylee Doherty, Fox 23 News.
And more on the company McClary works for. Home Depot officials say they've had to close 42 stores in the impacted area. Last week, they sent 500 truckloads of supplies to help respond to the disaster, and the Home Depot Foundation donated $1 million to the relief efforts.
We've been watching Tropical Storm Harvey move slowly through parts of Texas. Chief Meteorologist James Adelot is in the Fox 23 Severe Weather Center tracking where the storm is right now.
We can see that center of circulation, if you watch all these rain curtains kind of wrapping around here, is actually located just almost due south of the Sabine River. So we'll say south of Beaumont, Port Arthur right here. That's going to continue lifting to the north, and over the next couple of hours, sort of get closer to the coastline. I think it'll make a landfall as a tropical storm by early tomorrow morning. Now, here's the best news of all. As we look into the Houston area, and as we've seen from our live shots, the rain is ended. We just have a little bit of very light rain east of Houston, east of Pasadena, toward Baytown, over toward Winnie, and of course Beaumont, Port Arthur still being hammered with the heaviest rain. Now, coming up in just a few minutes, as Harvey tracks to the north-northeast, I'll let you know when some showers from Harvey could move into parts of Oklahoma.
Friday, Fox 23 will work with the Red Cross to raise money for victims of Harvey. The donation drive will go from 6 a.m. until 6 p.m. You can donate to Red Cross at the Fox 23 studios near 27th and Memorial, or you can go to La Fortune Park. You can also text Harvey to 95920 to donate. You'll get to choose your amount after you text. Again, text Harvey to 95920. For more details, go to fox23.com.
And take a look at these pictures from Bel Air, Texas, a suburb of Houston. People are cleaning out their homes after flooding destroyed their belongings. Our coverage of now Tropical Storm Harvey continues in the next half hour with the record-breaking rainfall from this storm. Thousands of people are in shelters tonight after floodwaters filled their homes. We'll show you the other state also being affected by Tropical Storm Harvey. And elderly abuse going unreported. Why one agency wants immediate action to be taken. And a local mother who just wants justice for her son's death. The message she wants to send.